Hello and welcome to the Wolf Chase Toyota Sign Insider on Memphis Tiger Vision, a special edition on location, the new Hall of Fame building at the University of Memphis, and we're joined by Daron Schoenrock. And Coach, you're less than 2 weeks away from Tiger baseball opening day against Evansville, but let's talk about something really important. Your annual banquet to kick off the season actually is going to take place after Game 2 of that series with the Evansville Purple Aces, a chance to raise some money, and it'll be a first chance for a lot of people to get inside of FedExPark.
Well, we kind of skipped doing the banquet last year because of all the construction we were going through and kind of the turmoil of moving into a new facility, and that consumed a lot of our thoughts. But we're getting back now to where we want to kick off the season with something that we can collect all the Tiger fans, offer an opportunity for our players' parents to gather, and then have a speaker from the outside to hopefully attract some fans to raise some funds. So. Saturday, February 19th, 6:30. We play at 2 o'clock that day, and we're gonna actually hold our first real banquet in our new facility and a great multi-purpose room that we have.
That's going to give fans a chance to see what you guys put up, really accomplished. The indoor hitting facility, the indoor pitching facility. A lot of people have heard about it. Might get a sneak peek of the locker rooms, but the main thing is to get to know about Tiger baseball this season, where the program is going, and if anyone is interested to help raise funds.
There's no doubt, Jeff. It's always a huge part of kind of kicking off our bullpen club fundraising campaign, and everything that we're doing now from a fundraising standpoint, we're putting right back into the facility to kind of finish that building out. We haven't done much decorating yet. We've kind of finished the way the building operates with pitching machines and cages and all those things. But that night will be kind of special because that building was built with that in mind. You'll see a great baseball game in the afternoon and come to the banquet that night. And Kyle Rode has been gracious enough to join us as our guest speaker that evening, and his work and his history with the city of Memphis is unparalleled.
Where do they need to get in contact? Just call the baseball office or TSF, or how does someone get in touch with you to come to the banquet?
All the reservations are running through Barbara Chapman, our athletic secretary, at 901-678-2452 or bchapman@memphis.edu. And again, the collection of a 3-game series coupled with a banquet on the same weekend, we feel like it can be a great weekend for Tiger baseball.
Coach, touching on another fundraiser in the fall, you got a locker room campaign through the TSF. I know you've got some lockers left over. It was $500 to get your plaque put on a locker in the locker room for the Tiger baseball team. I guess if people still want to do that, they can get involved with that as well.
They sure can, Jeff. We're up to about 20 now. We figured we have 37 lockers in the players' locker room, and we're in the final stages now designing the plaques that are going to go on each locker. Our goal is to have some plaques up, by the 1st of March. And campaign's gone very well. We're still getting feedback from a lot of former players that are interested. Some of them are going in together with another player and putting 2 names on a locker and splitting the cost. But excited about that, and that fundraising campaign also is all going back into the new facility. And we want to make FedExPark and our locker room facility in the press box area something that not only serves our current teams, but kind of lays out the tradition of Tiger baseball. We want to try to reach out to people from the past, put some teams from the past on the wall, players from the past, so that our players in that locker room every day have an idea of who has come before them in the program.
Well, Coach, let's talk about baseball. It's been an unusually snowy off-season here in Memphis, but you guys have been able to get outside quite a bit.
Well, I'm really big that when the NCAA practice day hits everybody, we try to get out as often as we can, even if it's just for short spurts, because we play in a lot of adverse conditions early in the season. So actually, out of our 10 allowed days that we've had, we've been on the field 7 of those 10. We've only been inside totally 3 of the 10 allowed. So that's the tribute to the hard work that Jason Smith, our grounds crew staff, and Coach Zach Clark. We've had the tarp on 6 times now. We got it on again right now. So we'll put it on, let it rain, pull it off, get about 2.5, 3 hours in, put it back on. It's been a tough 10 days, but I really like where this club's gotten to in 10 days. And, we're probably closer to being game ready after 10 days than we've been in a long time.
Coach, preseason poll came out. You were picked 6. Probably fair because people just look at what you did last year and what you lost. You lost a couple of frontline pitchers in Brendan Martin and Ryan Frazier. Then offensively, you lost 21 homers between Trey Weeman and Tyler Helsing. But you've got a nice recruiting class to come in and fill those gaps.
Well, we have. We've got a nice complement of returning players in the lineup, 7 of the 9. And losing Trey and Tyler, there was a lot of home run pop there. I think the home run production is going to be down everywhere across the country, so I don't think the home run is going to be as big a weapon as it's been because of the new bats. But really like where we are. We pitch and play defense as well as any team I've had since we've been here, and most of the time that's going to keep you in games. And the pitching staff, I think, has been elevated under Coach Corral from the standpoint of the depth of 1 through 12, what those 1 through 12, 1 through 13 are able to do. And we played a 9-inning scrimmage yesterday, and the score was 1-0. So and defensively, we're making plays that I haven't seen a club make in a few years, and a lot of that's because of experience of the defensive team.
You mentioned the new bats. Tell us a little about the bats. I know the batting averages will go down a little bit across the board. Power numbers will probably go down. Will this put more emphasis back on traditional baseball as far as pitching, defense, and base running?
And there's no doubt pitching and defense is still going to be the key element. And I think what you're going to see is that guy that's been a 15 to 18 home run guy may hit 9 to 10. Those guys that are 4 or 5 home run guys may not hit any. And we've hit a few in batting practice. We hit a few in scrimmages in the fall, but you still can find gaps. We're playing our outfield a lot shallower now. Less balls are getting through the infield. It's been a game. Now I think it puts more of a premium on defensively not giving up bases. The walk, the pass ball, the hit by pitch, those things are going to become very valuable now. And those things could lead to a short game increase where there's more bunting, there's more stealing, hit and runs, those kind of things, which kind of plays into our hands.
Fans will get to see a lot of this. 35 home games. Of those, all but 3 will be at FedExPark. The other 3 will be downtown Memphis at AutoZone Park. Excited about the schedule?
I think by far in the history of Tiger baseball, talk about 35 home games, this has to be the most ever. And the new ballpark has really helped out with that. And the opportunity to bring teams in has really helped. And that's how you build a good record. You've got to play at home. Home is where your guys are most comfortable. 3 games at the new twist this year is the 3 games at AutoZone. Ole Miss, Mississippi State, and Arkansas are all now included in the season ticket package. So a season ticket now is probably more valuable than it's ever been because it gets you those 3 home games there, which a lot of Tiger fans enjoy attending. But come and see this team play at FedExPark if you haven't seen them. If you haven't seen the ballpark, check that out. And this team's going to be exciting. If it's any indication of what you have, we've had a lot of professional scouts kind of hanging around evaluating this team. A lot of guys are going to face that junior draft decision. I love to see them go through that this time in their life. There's a lot of neat decisions they have to make, and really they're focused on what the Tigers need to do, and they hear that every day. If they focus on what we need to do as a team, everybody's going to individually get what they need to out of this experience, and I'm excited where we are.
Coach, I know you haven't talked a lot about it. You've kind of played it close to the vest, but I know you're pretty excited about the potential of this year's club.
We are, Jeff. This is the core group of these guys are the guys that played as true freshmen after that 07 regional run. So 08, you talk about Adam McClain, Chad Zerker. Those guys were in the lineup, and some of them got hurt and missed a year and got a year back, and then when we got beat up a little bit that year, but we knew kind of holding this core group of guys together. When they get to this age, it should be time to make a run. You saw a run we made the second half of last year to finish third in this great league, and it was because of the experience that Zerker and Martinez and Wilson and those guys all brought to the table. Adam McClain, Robbie Graham. Now those guys are seniors, and it's time for them to shine. A couple of them actually have an option to come back in next year, but experience is so huge in college athletics, and I like where we are. They've been around me enough to know now that how I operate, what I expect, how do I want to approach every day, and I like where we are.
Finally, Coach, opening weekend, next weekend, the 18th to the 20th against Evansville. The 19th, the banquet at FedExPark inside the indoor training facility. Again, what's that number at the baseball office to call?
901-678-2452. Speak with Miss Barbara Chapman, or you can email her at bchapman@memphis.edu.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thanks, Jeff.
That is head coach Daron Schoenrock, and I'm Jeff Brightwell, the Will Chase Toyota Sign Insider on Memphis Tiger Vision.